Joey broke a power steering line came off during parade laps for the main event.
Right. So this is a question I had. Why wouldn't they let him back out? What's the deal?
Because he did not take the green. Plain and simple. You got to take.
See, that to me, it's almost backwards, though. I mean,
well, if you don't take the green, you're not in the race. There was money to start the race. Take the green.
right.
So you know what? I don't know. That's something we'd have to get with.
But
the
I mean, doesn't
promoters
that make
down
sense
there.
if the race hasn't started? How can you
But
be
the race
out?
had started.
Oh, it had started.
Yeah, there was. I think they were on lap 3, and I saw Joey from the grandstands where I was filming.
Okay.
Pulled
Okay.
up to come on the track, but they wouldn't let him on because the race was already
Gotcha.
under. It might have
Okay.
been under caution, but it was already underway.
Okay.
And
Well, I did talk with Joey. I mean, we all have, and he was just pumped about how fast that car was
Oh,
down there.
God, it was a rocket.
Anytime you can go to Antioch or any track in California and beat
anywhere
Hogue,
where Bobby Hogue's
Right,
at.
yeah.
And that's Bobby's home track.
right, and you beat him down there. I mean, you were there. He even said Bobby came over and said, "Hey, kid, great race." That was, he was all pumped up about it, and he got second.
Bobby came over to the pits and congratulated Joey, very, very gentlemanlike, and Guglielmi was there, and he come over. I mean, we had a lot of people hanging out in our pits
Yeah.
because Joey was the man to beat that night.
Yeah.
He had it, but that power steering hose broke not broke, but the hose slipped off the Aeroquip fitting somehow. I mean, it's rare if ever that happens, but it happened to Joey, unfortunately, and
That sucks.
Yeah, it really did.
Well, I know that I was contacted, and you guys saw the messages on Moxie from some of the staff down there at Antioch talking about, how great the Oregon drivers were and how
Right.
much they appreciated you guys coming up and how nice you guys were. And
then Joey got home.
well, yeah.
Is that where you're going?
Well, later on, but yeah,
Okay, go
they
ahead.
did say, they really appreciate you guys coming down and supporting that deal. I know Paul Guglielmi, he'll be making his way up here to Willamette Speedway this
Right.
year. I'm sure he's bringing Hogue with him. He said something about Hogue coming up with him. And there was a couple other guys saying, "Hey, we're coming up there to race with you guys. We really, really." I mean, they really like racing with the Oregon guys, and and they appreciated the coming down there before the Bud Nationals and racing with them. And they said, "Hey, look, we're coming up there. We're going to come run to you guys this year." And we had 3 or 4 guys come up last year for the Clare Cup, but it was. I think that was a really good deal to do that because I think we can start building that. Guys crossing the border and coming up to run.
Yeah, why not?
And
There's not a wall there. I mean, it is
No,
a little bit of a
Trump.
toe.
Trump hasn't put a wall there
Right,
yet.
yeah. but I mean that says a lot because I know if you know Paul Guglielmi, that guy right there is class act.
I apologize for saying his name wrong. Guglielmi.
Guglielmi.
Okay.
Yep. It's not an easy one.
No,
Try announcing that
I
one.
remember down at Bakersfield. I'm going now. How do you say that?
Yeah, that's true.
I still haven't got it straight.
Yeah,
but
it's
Look at that,
heck
whatever
of-
number car he is.
Yeah.
That
Now,
works good.
he's another stand-up guy down there
Very
that
much.
had us over to his coach after the races, fed everybody dinner, and to hit the road with, and
Yeah.
just my hat's off to that entire the people down there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
and we did as much as we could from where I was at to help cover that race, and you did a great job down there, Warren.
Well,
No, you did. I mean, Warren, you kept us updated what was going on, and Paul even called me and said, "Hey, man, great job. We really appreciate everything you guys did to help support that show." And like I said, a good guy and lots of fun, and we always look forward to talking with those guys down at the Bud Nationals.
Joey says he's going down again next year, and Darren Koffel. Darren Koffel was down there with us.
Another guy that had bad luck down
Yeah,
there.
bad luck. He crunched his left front, and then last week I guess he got the right front. So I don't know exactly, but he's always ready to go the next week. Darren Koffel's a tough cookie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it was a pleasure traveling with all those guys. I really had a good time. I'll tell you another thing too is I got to be honest. I'm not real knowledgeable on dirt cars, as you both know. But any questions I had, and I ask a ton of questions too. Ben Hogan and Mark, those guys, and Joey and Darren, anybody that I ask a question, why do you do this? Why do you do that? They had a definitive explanation of why, and they were just.
It's a knowledgeable group you went down there with.
Yeah, and to learn from those guys. I'm not gonna. It's not like I'm gonna go out there and race against them or anything. But they were more than willing to share information that they don't have to share.
So Warren knows those asphalt cars.
Yeah.
What's asphalt?
So
I know.
Well,
that's what we drive to get to the racetrack.
Dirt and asphalt is so much different, as you all know.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Huge
It's
difference.
180 degrees, man.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
But I want to thank those guys, and a shout out to all of them for taking me along on the trip, allowing me to travel with them. I had a blast. Great group of people.
Good. Sounds like a fun deal.
It was.
that whole thing I was pretty excited for you to go down, and I was pretty pumped every time I got an update, and Joey's fast. Oh my God, Darren's fast, and then he said Hogue jumped in Darren's car to feel it.
Yeah.
And why that? What was that?
And by the way, Darren, Joey wants to drive your car.
Those XR1 rockets are getting a lot of attention.
Yeah,
especially anywhere really. You look at the big series, you look at the local dirt track. Those XR1 rockets are really coming on.
They are. Those.
We have 2 now at Willamette Speedway. We might see a third later on this year.
Right.
Well, it sure has made a big difference with the 38 Hunsaker. Yeah, I've seen he's a much improved.
Yes.
Now
Hunsaker
with Mr. Hogue getting into an XR1, he's probably listened to the podcast. He's looked at results. He knows who was in victory circles up at Willamette Speedway. If he's going to make that tow up here, do you think he's going to bring a victory circle?
Yeah. Yep. He will.
Are you sure?
I would bet on it.
But he jumped in Darren's car to feel it out. What's going on? What's going through Bobby's mind right now?
I think I don't know exactly. I'm going to have to assume, but I'm pretty sure Darren wanted him to take the car out on Bobby Hogue's track and see how the car felt to him.
Sure.
Yeah, and get some feedback from Hogue on what he maybe needs or doesn't need. But I gotta go ahead.
Are you getting text messages?
Well, yeah, I got a text from Joey a while ago, and he says last week at Lebanon, he broke a right front spindle.
He got tore up.
Lower and upper strut, bent tie rod, and 2 bent ball joints. And of course, he still finished 4th in the main.
Right.
I mean,
we'll talk about that a little bit.
Pretty tore up.
He did. That was that first lap deal, and we'll talk more about that in the show. But there's a guy that has just been BA fast. And like you said,
plagued.
Couldn't buy luck right now.
Yeah.
It sucks for Joey, but when you see a guy that fast, you just can't. I mean,
so unfortunate we didn't get to run the main down at Antioch because I'm sure that would have been another epic show.
Hogue would have had a fun.
Oh yeah, So moving on.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I want to start the show with Cottage Grove. Let's talk about Cottage Grove because they've got a big race coming up.
Now is that Saturday?
It is I think it is Saturday.
It is a Saturday, Sunday show.
Yeah.
This is the big one down there.
It's the 4th annual Marvin Smith Memorial. And Marvin, I mean, that name is legendary at Cottage Grove in the sprint cars.
Big sprint car show down there. Is
very
that
big.
Is that
$4,100 to win. Marvin's number was 41, so it's $4,100 to win, $2,500 for second, $1,500 for third, and $1,000 for fourth.
Wow, good thing you didn't run number 99.
No kidding. No kidding.
Some people wish he did.
Wow, that's going to be
It's always a good show to go down there for the Marvin Smith Memorial. I went down with Matthew with the modified as a support class for that show, and just the camaraderie and the sprint car guys that show up for that show. You're going to have guys all the way down from, British Columbia all the way down to San Diego.
Right.
Have you looked?
All over the Rockies. It is going to be an amazing show.
The list of names.
And we don't talk a lot about sprint cars on this show because we don't have any involvement with them, really.
And we don't have any, sprint cars are a whole different ballgame.
But Cottage Grove, I'm thinking about going down there this weekend. And
a lot of people are.
Good, you can cover that race for us.
Well, I was thinking about going down as a spectator, Corey.
Oh, you can do that and still cover from the grandstands.
I figure on doing that if I go.
You got practice at Antioch.
Let's see if Heather will let me in anyway.
Well, we'll talk to her.
Hi, Heather.
You look at the names. You look at the names coming to that show for the Marvin
huge.
Smith.
Jake Cole.
Yep.
Chelsea Bevins. Kinzer Cox. Cooper Desbians.
Racing Jason Solwald.
Roger Crockett's going to break out the car. There's your W right there.
I wouldn't say that.
I definitely wouldn't say that.
HVD, Henry Van Dam. Shane Forte, Raquel Ivy.
You still want to say that Crockett's going to walk out there with a win with some of the names you just read off?
I'll put $20 on it right now.
Whoa.
Jump
that
on
is
it, Corey.
Bold. I get the field and you get Crockett.
That sounds like it. Here, I'll shake your hand on that one.
I'm on it. $20.
$20.
All right, let's make it 50. $20. Put it up. All right, we've got the field. I'll take that bet all day long.
Heck yeah.
Hey, I am.
That's cool. That's cool. Though. We'll just have to see now.
Gentleman's bet
Warren.
right here.
Crockett is pretty wicked fast.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. But
and who knows going to be in that 6A car?
That whole group of cars
be,
down there is. I mean,
I don't know. Kensler Cox has been doing good, and that's his home track.
Ricky Ashley did good this last weekend.
Yeah.
Cam Smith out of Washington is going to be there. Yeah, you don't count him out when
so much can happen and with those guys. I mean,
they're going so wicked fast that things happen so quick.
Yep,
you got to have those cat-like reflexes. But
if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time,
my money's on Roger Crockett.
That's cool. That's
you asked about the 6A car.
Yeah,
Kyle Miller.
Oh,
yeah. So that's kind of a who's who in the Northwest that's going to that show.
But he's going to have a wing on.
I don't care. That kid's good in anything he drives, and he is fun to watch.
Did you see the trophy dash this last weekend down there?
I didn't.
Did you go down there?
No. Don't you?
He's talking about the mod trophy dash.
No, I'm talking about I watched them all on whatever that site is that broadcasts, and they had a little teaser of the trophy dashes.
Right.
Ricky Ashley beat, in a wingless, beat Kyle Miller.
Yeah, that's something. You beat Kyle Miller at any track in the Northwest without a wing, and you're
without a
moving.
wing. Yeah. I mean, come on, there's
no doubt.
That name's synonymous with a W.
Yeah, there's no doubt when you're talking wingless cars in the Northwest. Kyle Miller's the first at the,
absolutely.
at the top of the list. That's just the way it is. It's like saying with a wing at a World of Outlaws show, you talk about Schatzer or Steve Kinzer.
Or you start talking Willamette Speedway,
right?
And that Deuce pulls out of the trailer,
or the 37.
What are you putting your money on?
I don't know. What do you want to bet?
I haven't seen the Deuce of the
track
Who
you taking?
Yet.
We got the field, right?
I'll tell you after qualifying.
Those are good odds, Corey. I like that.
Yeah. You want to do me a favor up here on the big screen?
On the widescreen?
Bring
big
up
screen?
Cottage Grove's Facebook page, because I want you guys to take a look at the format that they're going to use. I've got it here, but I want you guys to put it up on the... This is kind of cool.
Oh, you know what? Hey, let's take a second here, Corey, and for the hot pit, throw a invite out there for somebody for later on in the show.
We had a guest that crashed and burned here at the last second. They can't make it. So hot pit is open. Phone line is 503-862-3478. That's 503-862-DIRT. If you guys got hot pit, that's where you let it all out right there. You want something? No sensors. Call it in. We're going to turn you loose for a couple minutes.
No sensors within reason.
Well, you know what I mean, though. If there's something you want to talk about, you want to get it off your chest, hot pit's a great way to do it.
It's a free reign.
It sure is.
It is. So
shoot us a text. Shoot us a text before you call in. That way we know what we got going on, and we'll let you know when we're ready for you.
Hit us up on the Swears Trucking chat line on Spreaker. And again, that number is 503-862-3478.
That spells dirt.
Yep. And I'm ready to get someone under and let them go.
It do.
I reckon.
So take a look at this here and read us that format there. You're closest to the big screen.
Well,
I can't read.
That's not all you can't do. But the 2017 Marvin Smith Memorial Grove Classic format this year is official.
This is what they're going to use right here.
2 laps of qualifying.
Yep.
6-car invert in the heat race.
I like that.
Fast guys in the back. That's going to be fun.
I like that.
2 laps of qualifying, 1 car at a time?
That's how they do sprint cars.
Yeah. Okay.
Single car qualifying. 4 heat races, top 4 go directly to the A main.
I like that.
5 heat races, top 3 go to the A main. Fastest 6 cars make it through the heat. We'll run a 6-lap dash. Dash will be lined up by a random draw.
Okay.
Rest of the cars make it through the heat. We'll get their time back and start heads up behind the dash.
Okay.
B mains lined up by qualifying time alternated. Top 4 A main.
Whoa. Qualifying time alternated. What do you... Dumb that down for me.
Well, you're going to put... It's normal, like, okay, inside, outside, inside, outside.
Oh.
So I'm saying...
Basically, they're heads up.
Big red truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Top 4 A main finishers on Saturday will automatically be locked into Sunday's dash draw.
Okay.
Top 4 A main finishers
on Saturday
will be locked into Sundays. Okay,
because we're running a 2-day show.
Dash draw. Okay,
yep.
I see.
Then Sunday will be the same format. We'll take the 4 from the fastest 4 from the heats,
easy for you to say,
along with the 4 locked in from Saturday to make an 8-car dash.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Every lap counts.
Yep. That's cool.
That's gonna be some good racing down there.
It is, and that again, it's the Marvin deal, and that's the one every sprint car driver in the PNW wants to win.
And it's gonna be mid-80s.
Yeah, it's
weather-wise,
weather.
So it's gonna be perfect weather.
Great weather.
Well, it could be a little cooler for the cars, but hey, for the crowd, and yeah.